Hello and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm sat in the living room just behind the sofa, just in front of my office door, to talk to you about this game storage solution. It is just a chest of drawers, but it's also the result of years now of thought, observation and experience. And this is truly better. This is a really good game storage solution compared to what felt like at the time the perfect storage solution. You see, it was a few years ago now that I was sat more or less on this spot talking about a cupboard with a couple of drawers, Art Deco style on wheels. It was a beautiful piece of furniture that we still have. It's now up in the guest room. We swapped it for this. And it felt perfect because it was an opportunity to neatly hide away, and I think that was the problem, hide away the Xbox 360 and Wii library, our games from those consoles, in what again felt like a neat little corner package, a place where we could find the games if we wanted them, but they wouldn't be cluttering up the living room, our living space. The problem is, though, for example, the cupboard, a lovely double door cupboard with two little Art Deco handles, opens up, and inside we could store all the Xbox 360 special editions that I had amassed recently. At the time, the Xbox 360 was on its way out. People were selling off their special editions, and in places like Granger Games, CEX, Cash Converters, etc., you could find these special editions for very good prices, a few pounds even. And we thought, well, actually, the cupboard's perfect for that because we can have them all in there, and if we want to play them, we can take them out, but we don't actually have to clutter up, or every surface in the living room with these boxes. The drawers, there were two drawers. They seemed to be perfect as well. You could store a game facing down, spine up. The games would be discoverable like a Filofax, but you could only have one row, sort of almost book style, and then the row above would be like bricks on top of the books, and so actually you couldn't store that many in there. And also accessing the games meant you had to take chunks out to pull a game. It was like those puzzles where you have to move something to get something else, to move something out of a maze or a parking lot or whatever the app is in this instance. One of those games. It was actually quite awkward to live with. It also packaged everything away in a non-visible way, so we weren't likely just to come upon something and want to play it. And it became dusty and cluttered, and on top of it we had a selection of books and collectibles, and it was a bit, ugh. After a few years, we were just like, ugh. Every time we looked over there, we weren't happy. And so it was a couple of days ago, well, a few days ago now, when it was my birthday. And on that day, I got a couple of big special editions for the PlayStation 4 from Rebellion, and a very lovely person on the Discord. And I took a photo of what was my sort of current gen games storage area, basically a little sort of unit in the bay window by my chair where I stored the PlayStation 4 and the Switch games, deliberately highlighting where the heck am I going to put them. It was fantastic to get them, but I was like, where am I going to put these things? And so we realised very quickly that weekend we had to do something about this whole space. And so the first thing we did was we swapped those two units. Now we have these drawers here. These drawers are fantastic for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, you can store games spine up, but in two rows, like two rows of books. That means you can store more games per drawer, even though the drawers are narrower. These drawers actually I can open behind the sofa, and they're not going to bump into the back of the sofa or into the side of the sofa, which was a problem with the other unit as well. It made actually accessing the games awkward. We had to slightly shove the sofa forward to get at the games. This guy doesn't have that problem. So more games in less width space, slightly deeper but not much deeper in terms of drawers. And so now actually what we have is Wii, Xbox 360, PS4 and Switch games all in one place. So this is now my everyday games unit. This is the unit that I'll go to find games to play here in the living room, and in doing that, I will rediscover games. When I was moving games from the old unit to this one, I spotted Wet, for example, an Xbox 360 sort of grindhouse, Robert Rodriguez, Matrix, slide around shooting things game. And I thought, yeah, I haven't played that in a while. I really want to play that. Just because it's there, just because it's visible, just because I'm going to be opening those drawers much more frequently. On top of the unit, we now store the special editions, including the two new ones that I got for my birthday. And they're accessible. They're not stacked up on top of each other. I can open them up, play with the things inside, look at the art books, listen to the music, put everything back in the boxes and put them back there. And they are now actually part of a library, as opposed to just being in storage, out of the way, forgotten, as it were, in a cupboard. Part of this dead space had also actually been a mahogany veneer bookcase next to my chair in the bay window, so there's a set next to this unit. And it had become a really weird combination of things. A selection of graphic novel, the Marvel hardback collectible books, some craft materials, some beard cream, hand cream, some old electronics boxes were on the shelves there. It was just a dead zone. It was a dusty, not really a living area, ironically, given that it's in our living room. And so we took advantage of this opportunity as well to rethink that little bit. And over the weekend, I found a glass shelving unit, going for free, mind you, on Facebook Marketplace. I just had to drive and get it from County Durham, a 20-odd mile drive. We put it in the living room. We cleaned it. I installed some LEDs that we had in storage upstairs in a cupboard, and now it's a brilliant display unit. It actually displays, particularly the McFarlane Batman. Beautiful. My version, my favourite version of Batman, with the overflowing, ridiculous cape that turns up in those drawings, is fully on display, fully there to be admired. And the lights, I put the LEDs on a timer, so from 4 till 11 they will come on. And Charminar on Discord, Rob is thinking that it could be cool to have a motion activated element, so maybe if we're not in the room or if we're out of the house, the lights will go off until someone comes into the room in that 4 till 11 slot. We'll see what happens there. But again, the point is, all of this area now is useful, and it feels alive. It feels like it's part of our living space, which is what it really should have been all along. It's no longer dusty, no longer cluttered. Well, it's a bit cluttered, but you know, we're not minimalists. But also, it's no longer a mystery. No longer like opening the cupboards and looking in and going, oh my goodness, what is this thing? I haven't thought about it in years. Because things are visible and things are accessible. And there you have it. The only thing, my only question now really is, what am I going to do with this brick? I had this brick on top of the old unit as a bookend, holding up the fairly heavy, collection of books like the Zelda Art and Arcana and this kind of thing. Is it Art and Artifacts, sorry, and the D&D Art and Arcana. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to use it as a doorstop or something, aren't I? Because I do love this brick. Wallsend and Hebburn Coal Company Ltd. Nice. Right, guys, that's enough for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this has been interesting. I'm definitely really pleased with this change, but I think that the value of this video, the value of documenting it, is just to add to that question of what do you need from your storage, and I think accessibility, I think everyday usage has to be part of that. I think previously I was primarily thinking storage as opposed to usage. It's a subtle thing, but it's well worth considering. Anyway, until next time, do take care. Bye bye.